Hello, Chelsea here. We're about to do another yoga class. This is the second one that I'm filming, Prenatal Yoga. And today in our class, we'll be focusing on slowing down a little bit more than the last class, so it won't be as intense. The focus will be, especially for those who might be having any pain in the hips and maybe even pubic symphysis pain as well. So I'll walk you through what props we'll need for today, and please have your water by you. We'll take frequent water breaks. I have a little tea. And anytime you need to use the toilet or, take a moment for yourself, please honor that and follow that moment in your body. It's so important to listen to your body, especially during this time. So you can go ahead and get your water, and I'll show you exactly what props we need for today. So in most prenatal classes, especially the ones that you'll take with me and Emily, here we'll have a bolster. So you can use a bolster, a thick couch cushion, or perhaps two pillows, two blocks of the same height, same type of blocks. And we're going to use a blanket. So maybe you don't have a yoga, quote unquote, yoga blanket. You can use any type of thicker blanket, And today we'll also be using a strap. So I have a yoga strap here. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, you're welcome to use a type of rope, perhaps if you have a rope lying around, maybe in a shed or something, or a tie, an old tie that maybe one of your partners or a partner uses, doesn't use anymore rather. So also, if you don't have blocks, you're welcome to use a paper towel roll. I explained in my last video that they are such a nice height to give us the support that we need for expanding belly and just to feel really grounded and stable. So I'll start today by setting up this nice restorative pose. So one block is on the highest height at the top of your mat. This is going to be the top of my mat today. And then one block is on the lowest height, and they meet here in this L shape. So I'll give you a moment to set that up. One block on the highest height, and the other block is on the lowest height in this L-like shape. And then once you have that set up and it feels stable, remember the blocks are touching, then we'll place the bolster or your thick cushion over the top. So making this ramp. So your finished product will look like this. You have the two blocks and the bolster on top. Now you don't want the bolster to be super down like this, because then your back and your belly won't really be supported. So you want it to be kind of right in the middle. Maybe even a little bit past. So it's nice and stable there for your back. There's no dipping that goes inward. And so we'll begin by bringing the low back to the edge of the bolster. Since we'll be focusing today on a class and modifying for hip pain and pubic symphysis pain, we're just going to use our hands and guide ourselves down and lay the legs out long. So lay the legs out long. You can even maybe turn to the side and come up, just so you can put a rolled up blanket underneath the knees, if that feels really supportive and good for you in this moment. So putting that rolled up blanket underneath the knees and guiding yourself gently all the way back down. Palms can face up towards the sky. And you can begin to close the eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, perhaps keeping a soft gaze. And just noticing the room around you, bringing your awareness to what you see to the left of you and the right. Perhaps noticing what's on the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. And when you feel ready, you can begin to close the eyes. And of course, keeping the soft gaze, if that feels better for you. Beginning to settle into this space, softening down into the earth, into the ground, feeling the support of the mat underneath you. Taking a full breath in, sighing it out the mouth, let it go. Beginning to just scan the body from the crown of the head all the way down the torso, the pelvis, the legs, to the feet. Just noticing any areas of tension or tightness. Noticing any areas that may feel soft, may even feel a release or open. Just taking note of those spaces in the body. Trying not to pass any judgment or change anything that's happening or anything that you're feeling. Simply gathering data. When you feel complete in this, you can take a deep breath in and let it go. Scan over the mind, noticing the quality of your thoughts in this moment. Not trying to change them in any way, just taking note of what the mind is focusing on. And take a full breath in and empty it out. Beginning to settle into this space, perhaps setting an intention for the next hour or so to be as present as you can to your capacity. And from here, we'll begin to take a full breath into the belly space as it rises up high towards the sky. And as we exhale out the nose, the belly will come back to where it was. Filling up with air as the belly expands, the edges of the body expand. And as you empty out, the edges and the belly buoy back to where they were. Just taking one more full breath in like this. Full breath out. We'll go through some 4 parts breath. So just exhale where you are here. And we'll inhale through the nose, throat, chest, belly. Exhale, belly, chest, throat, nose. Inhale, nose, throat, chest, belly. Exhale, belly, chest, throat, nose. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, nose, throat, chest, belly expands. Exhale, belly, chest, throat, nose. Last time here. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe even making a little larger movement in the wrists and the ankles. And when you're ready, you can bend into one knee and slowly bend into the other and turn to your left side here, allowing the hands, the arms to support you slowly as you transition all the way up. From here, just removing the blanket from the roll, perhaps bringing it into a wide setting like this, and just place it to the side for now. And we'll take the bolster off of the ramp, and we're going to place it just like this, vertically on your mat. Yeah, so parallel with the long edges of your mat. For purposes, I guess I'll put it this way, yeah, for purposes of this video, so you can see me from the side. And I'm just going to come on and straddle it. So to come in properly, you can come onto the knees, yeah, squeezing the bolster with your calf muscles and your inner edges of your feet. And you can even bring the hands to the hips as you begin to sit back all the way. Tailbone comes out a little bit, so making space for those sitting bones underneath the glutes. And we'll just place the blocks at the top of the mat because we will use them quite a bit. So hugging the bolster in between the thighs, allowing the inner thighs to engage here, grounding down through the tops of the feet here, bringing the hands onto the tops of the thighs, sitting up nice and tall, grounding down through the sitting bones while reaching up through the crown of the head simultaneously. As we inhale, we'll tilt the tailbone back, arch your spine slightly, lift the heart and gaze, look up, and exhale, round forward chin towards chest. So we'll do this a little more with the breath per movement. Just notice how I'm not going so deep as I come forward and up on the inhale. And exhale, I'm not rounding in so deeply either. So this is really great to do to open up the spine, but it's also wonderful to do it like this in a subtle way so that we're not causing any extra pain in the pelvis. Yeah. So just bringing our awareness here. Inhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the heart, arching the spine. Exhale, rounding forward and in. Let's just take one more here. Full breath in to pull forward. Full breath out as you round down and in. So we're just playing with how our pelvis moves in space. Yeah, hip bones come forward, we arch our back. Hip bones go down, we tuck the tailbone under. We're kind of hunching here. So finding that nice neutral spine, the in-between space for your pelvis. So stay where you are. I'm going to turn to face you so that you can see me for this next pose. Yeah. So squeezing the bolster between the thighs still here. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Really ground down through your sitting bones. Bend through your elbow, your right elbow. Place the hand on the back of your neck, back of your spine. Then from here, grab your left hand. So grab your right elbow with your left hand and just kind of encourage the right elbow to go closer towards your ear, towards the temple. Yeah, and then you can let go with the left arm. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to point the left thumb down towards the ground, bend the elbow here, and grab either your shirt behind your back, or you can grab for your fingertips here for these Gomukhasana arms. We're just going to take a breath in here, lengthen the spine. Breath out, soften, anchoring through the hips. Inhale, belly expands. Exhaling, softening the gaze. One more breath here. Full breath in. Full breath out. Slowly let go of the hands or your shirt. Bring the arms forward. hands to your shoulders, making circles with the elbows forward and back, allowing any sensations to dissipate here. And we'll take it on the other side. So bringing the hands down to your thighs, engage those inner thighs, really allowing them to squeeze the bolster as we go through this pose. Inhale, the left arm rises up towards the sky. Exhale, anchor that left hip, anchor the right hip down. Bend through the left elbow here. And then taking the right hand to the outside of your left elbow, just encourage the left elbow to come in towards the left temple, the left ear. And from here, you can reach, you can stay right here if that's enough, or you can reach the right thumb down towards the ground, then bend through the elbow, catching either the shirt in your right fingertips, or you can catch the left fingertips. So holding your fingers here. And tuck the ribs in slightly here. Take a full breath in, really lengthen through the sides of the neck. Full breath out, ground down through the tops of your feet. Inhale here, engage your inner thighs, open through the heart. Exhale here, soften through the jaw, soften through the sides of your neck. Last full breath in, full breath out. Undo the interlaced fingers, bring the hands to the shoulders, drawing circles forward with the elbows and circles back. Wonderful. Now taking the strap or your alternative for your strap here, we're just going to bring it a little wider than our shoulders. And throughout this practice, you can adjust it as you see fit. So if something feels sticky, tight, not right, just make it longer. So make your strap longer, yeah? So we're going to bring the strap up on the inhale. And then exhale, we're just going to turn the heart, turn the gaze over towards the right. Take a breath in here. Lengthen the spine, breath out, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, exhaling here. One more full breath in, full breath out. Breathe in as you transition through the center. Breathe out to arrive on the left side. Inhale here, breathing in, lengthening the spine. Breathing out as you settle in through the sacrum and the sit bones. Inhale here. Exhale. Last one as you fill up with breath and empty it out. Coming back through center slowly. You can let the strap go for a moment. We'll just use it one last time. So letting those sensations dissipate for one moment here. Take a breath in and a breath out. Bringing the strap back in front of you in line with the shoulders here. We're going to inhale as the strap comes up above the crown of the head, exhaling it back behind you. Inhale as it rises up. Exhale as it comes down in front of you, in line with the shoulders. Let's just do two more. Inhale as it comes up. Exhaling as it comes down. Breathing in as it comes forward. Breathing out as it comes down. Last one here. Deep breath in as it rises up towards the crown of the head. Deep breath out as it comes down and back behind you. Inhale it forward and up. Exhale it as it comes down and forward. Good. You can let the strap go. We're not going to use it anymore, so you can toss it lightly to the side. And we're just going to crawl over onto hands and knees. Yeah, so you're on the right way of your mat going vertically. So I'm just going to transition in that way. So you'll crawl over onto hands and knees. And just place the bolster off to the side as well. Perhaps placing a blanket underneath your knees to support you here. stacking the joints. So stacking shoulders over your wrists, stacking hips over your knees. Ground down through the tops of the feet, spread the fingers really wide. Start with a flat back here. So no exaggerating the spine. So we're not dipping, we're not really hunching, right? That's cat-cow. So we want this nice neutral flat back. As we prepare, we'll inhale, tilt the tailbone back slightly, arch the spine, lift your heart and gaze, look up. And then exhale, rounding forward, chin towards chest. Breathing in as you bend through the elbows, pull the heart forward. Breathing out, rounding. And continue like this for 3 more breaths, connecting the breath to the movement. And remembering that if you're feeling any pain in the hips or the pubic bone, then just make sure that your movements are more subtle. So I'll show you here. I'm inhaling, subtle movement with the pelvis and the heart. Exhaling, subtle rounding. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Last one here. Breathing in, pulling forward and back. And breathing out, rounding forward and in. It's actually much harder for the arms, I think, doing the subtle movements. And from here, we're going to just place the right toes way back behind us. Yeah, so place them back behind you. You can pulse forward and pulse back. Just allowing circulation to come back into the feet, into the ankles. And then come through stillness. Once again, stacking shoulders over wrists. And we're going to lift the toes off the ground in just a moment. But once again, if you're feeling pain in the pubic bone or perhaps you have sciatica, then just lift the left arm up and we'll just pulse with the left arm. So choose which option serves you. So everyone can begin to lift the left arm up off the ground. Fingertips are reaching forward. Tuck your chin in slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. Really engage the inner thighs here. Ground down through the top of the left foot. As you breathe in, lift the right toes off the mat in line with your right hip. Flat back here. Inhale to expand. Exhale, knee and elbow come in, but not to touch. Breathe in, forward and back. Breathe out as you come in. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Just 2 more. Full breath in. Full breath out for 2. And last one here. Inhale, reaching. Exhaling for 1. Yeah. Release the left hand down and the right toes. You can spin the right foot down so the sole of the foot is planted onto the mat, parallel with the back edge of the mat. Bring the left hand down in front of your nose, underneath your shoulder for support. Right hand to right hip. Press your hips forward as your heart reaches back. You're welcome to kickstand the left foot off the mat if that feels more stable for you here. Now you're welcome to stay here and breathe with me. Or if you feel really stable, really ground down through those feet, you can reach the right arm up towards the sky. Taking a deep breath in here, lengthen through the spine. Deep breath out. Ears are parallel to the floor and the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze can be down at the thumb or up towards the right hand. 1 more breath in like this. And a breath out. Inhale, right arm reaches up over ear like a rainbow. And exhale, swinging it down, coming back, squaring your hips. Maybe just taking a subtle cat-cow here. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing your right side and your left side and just how they're feeling in this moment. Stepping the left toes back, and pulsing forward and back once again on the left side this time. Allowing that blood to circulate back towards the legs. And really just look down at your right knee, making sure that it's underneath your hip. Full breath in, full breath out. Even opening the toes here. So good. Come through stillness, shoulders will stack over the wrists. Yeah. We're going to prepare here for that opposite arm, opposite leg. But once again, if you're feeling pain in the hips or the pubic bone, then simply keep the left toes on the ground. Reach the right arm forward and you'll just pulse with the arm. Okay. So please modify for you in this moment. Everyone can reach the right arm forward, ground down through the top of the right foot. Keep a slight bend in that left elbow as you reach the left toes up off the mat. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out, elbow and knee come in, but not to touch. Inhale, expand. Exhale as you come in towards yourself. Breathing in, breathing out for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Last one here, full breath in, full breath out. Lowering the right hand, lowering the left toes back towards the ground. Spin that back foot down so it's parallel with the back edge. And if it feels good, you can kickstand the right foot off the mat for more stability. Bring right hand down in front of your face, left hand to left hip. Press your hips forward as your heart reaches back here. Allow the left hip to open a little bit more, heart opens. And if you feel ready, if you feel stable, the left arm can reach up towards the sky. Really press into the outer edge of that back foot. Taking a breath in, lengthen from fingertip to fingertip through the heart space. Breathing out. Inhale, ears are parallel with floor. Exhale, ground down through the right hand, the right knuckles. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. Reaching left bicep up and over ear. Inhale and exhale, swim the left hand down towards the mat. Parallel, then squaring the hips here. Now for our next, actually from here, let's just bring the knees back about 2 inches, tucking your toes under. So tuck your toes here and begin to walk your hands back. We'll bring the hands on top of the thighs. We'll just begin to sit on the heels. Now, if this is too intense for any part of your body, of course you can come out of it, or you can bring a bolster, a pillow, just come on top of the knees, right underneath you. So right on top of the heels. I know it's a little dark. I happen to be wearing the same color pants as my curtain back there, purple. So I hope you can see this is my bolster here, supporting me. So we're really opening the backs of the feet, opening the toes, taking a deep breath in, really lengthen up through the crown of the head, through the sides of the neck. Deep breath out, soften down into the toes, to the feet. Inhale. Exhale. This might feel intense. You're welcome to rub the thighs. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's just take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhaling for 2. Last one here. Deep breath in. Final breath out. You can come onto the knees. Release the bolster off to the side. Bring the hands down to the mat. Bring the knees a little wider than belly. If that's too intense on the hips, then you can bring them in closer towards one another. Just unfold the feet and come to sit on the heels here. We're going to bring the heels of our hand forward and down. So we're opening our wrists up here. We're going to take a lion's breath pose. So we'll inhale here, lengthen the spine, open through the heart space. Then exhale, sticking out the tongue. Making this nice audible sound, yeah? And when we exhale, we'll look up towards the sky and the ceiling. So we'll do it again. We'll inhale, lengthen the back of the neck, open the heart space. Exhale. Let's just take one more. Taking a deep breath in, maybe even closing the eyes. And releasing it. You're welcome to bring the hands back onto the thighs slowly. You can always practice that without the wrists as well. Same benefits for the pelvic floor and this nice release in the mind as well. So from here, come back to all fours, stacking your joints once again. And then bring the knees back about 2 inches. Tuck the toes under, spread your fingers wide, lift your sit bones up and back behind you. And then you can begin to pedal into one foot and then the other. And just coming into this down dog. You're welcome to stay in stillness or to pedal the feet. Lengthen the crown of the head down towards the ground, ears in line with your biceps. Spreading fingers wide, keep a small bend in the elbows. And then come through stillness with the knees, bending them a lot. Taking a breath in here through the nose. Sighing it out the mouth, let it go. We'll inhale to pull forward, knees will come down towards the ground slowly. Hands will reach for your blocks, so you can even walk them back if you need to. Then we'll just step the right foot forward. Yeah, we're keeping a bend in the right knee, so it's stacking over the right ankle. You're welcome to walk the right foot over towards the right a little more, making space for belly here. And once again, if you're feeling any pain in the pubic bone, I would advise you to stay just right here, focusing on squaring the hips. So pulling the right hip forward, left hip, or right hip back, left hip forward. Ground down through your feet. If you're not feeling any pain in the pelvis, then you can begin to inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale here, soften the shoulders down the back, softening into the hips. Really ground down through the feet, especially the back pinky toe. Inhale here, open through the heart. Exhale here, coming forward in the right knee just a bit more if it feels okay. Last breath in, squaring the hips. Breath out as you sweep the hands down to the blocks, walking them back in line with your hips here. Straightening through that front leg. Toes will reach up towards the face. Fingertips are on the blocks lightly. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you pull the heart forward for half split, half Hanuman. Breathe in, lengthen the spine away from the shoulders here. Breathing out. Coming down to your capacity. Inhale, lift through the heart space. Exhale as you come down. One more full breath in, lengthen up through the heart and the spine. Exhale, folding, leading with the heart. Breathing in to come all the way up. And breathing out to rebend the knee. Slowly, slowly walk the blocks back towards the top of the mat. And from here, just switching legs. So bring that right knee back and bring the left foot forward. Yeah, making space for belly if it's needed. Toe heel, left foot over towards the left side. Square your hips. Stay here if you're feeling any pain in your pubic bone, especially the pubic symphysis here. You can stay on fingertips. And your work here is focusing on squaring the hips. So right hip forward, left hip back. Yeah, finding that balance. If you're not feeling any pain here, you can go ahead and inhale as the arms sweep forward and up. Exhaling, softening, releasing the sides of the neck all the way down to the feet. It's really pressing down through your feet. Inhale here, press through the front foot. Exhale as you let the front knee track over the front toes. Last breath in here. Full breath out. Swim the hands down to the blocks. Walking the blocks back in line with the hip. So your left block will be on the outside of your left hip. Yeah, you might have to move it there. Fingertips to the blocks. Flex the left toes towards the face. Breathe in. Sacrum reaches down as crown of head reaches up. And exhale, leading with the heart, folding to your capacity here today. Tucking the chin in slightly. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale as you come down. You're welcome to keep a small bend in the front knee if that feels better. Last one here, full breath in and full breath out. Inhale as you scoop all the way up, and exhale to rebend the knee. Walk the blocks back towards the top of the mat. And from here, we're just going to tuck the back toes under, lift your back knee, take a breath in, and exhale, step forward with the right foot. Bending the knees a lot, keeping the feet wider than belly here. Hang heavy with the head. Unless you're feeling any nausea at all, then you can keep the head upright, keep a flat back. But if you feel okay, then you can hang. Allow the neck to go. Shake it yes, shake it no, shake it maybe. Keeping that bend in the knees to release the back. Press through the blocks as you inhale. Press through the tops of the thighs as you rise all the way up. Arms sweep up. And exhale, hands at heart center. Ground down through your feet here. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Yeah. You're tucking tailbone under slightly, so pubic bone comes up. Tailbone tucks under slightly here. Shoulders come up towards the ears and down the back. We'll move through some standing poses to build some balance and stability in the legs. As you inhale, the arms sweep up, gaze lifts. Exhale, fold, hinge at the hips, hands to thighs, hands to blocks. Keep the right foot forward as your left foot steps way back. Now, if you're feeling pain, once again in the pubic bone, then just shorten your stance. Yeah, shorten your stance and bend your back knee. If you're not feeling any pain, you're feeling fine, then you can have that longer stance. Fingertips to blocks. Inhale, open through the heart, bend through your front knee, stacking it over your ankle, gaze is forward. Exhale, straighten through the legs, fold to your capacity. Breathing in, rebending the knee, heart and gaze lift. Breathing out, engaging glutes, lifting back hamstring as you fold. Last one here, full breath in, rebend the knee, looking forward with the clavicles. Exhale, engage your inner thighs as you fold to your capacity. Inhale to rebend the knee. Exhale to let it go. From here, you're welcome to stay right here if this feels safer, more comfortable, or you can walk one hand and then the other on top of your thigh, coming all the way up to a standing high lunge. You can keep that soft bend in the back knee if that feels better on the knee, keeping the bend in the front knee. Hands to the hips here to start. One hand to pubic bone, one hand to your sacrum. Draw the pubic bone up, sacrum down, protecting the low back. As you inhale here, hands can stay here or all the way up towards the sky. Take a breath in, lengthen through both legs. Taking a breath out as you bend through both knees, arms swim down. Inhale, arms rise, engage the thighs. Exhale, bending knees, flowing down. One more like this, full breath in, reaching, lengthening, full breath out, bending, coming down. Hands can come down towards the thighs or the right thigh and then your blocks. Then we'll simply switch sides, bringing the left foot forward slowly, right foot back. Yeah, fingertips to the tops of your block, maybe making more space for belly, walking left foot over towards the left. Inhale, reaching clavicles forward, bend to that front knee, stacking it over your ankle. Exhaling, engaging your inner thighs, squaring the hips as you fold. Breathe in to rebend, pull forward. Breathing out, engaging your glutes as you fold. One more full breath in, rebend the knee, heart and gaze lift. Exhale as you fold towards yourself. Rebend the knee, fingertips onto the blocks, gaze and heart is forward. Exhale. Staying right here if you're feeling any pubic bone pain, or perhaps you just feel more stable here. You're welcome to walk the foot forward just one or two steps, bending through that front knee, and walk one hand and then the other on top of your left thigh here. Hands to the hips to start, really squaring the hips here. Yeah, one hand to pubic bone, one hand to sacrum. Draw the pubic bone up as the sacrum draws down, protecting your low back. Keep that soft bend in the back knee and the front knee stacks over the front ankle. When you feel ready, you're welcome to walk the hands up or sweep the hands up towards the sky. Straighten through the legs as you inhale. Exhale, re-bend in the knees, swim the arms down. Full breath in as you rise up. Full breath out as you come down, rebending the knees, staring at one spot that's not moving. Last breath in here, just like this. Reach up, engage the glutes. Exhale, swim the hands down and back. From here, hands can come towards the hips, then down towards the thigh, and then walk them towards your blocks. Step the back foot forward. Bend through your knees a lot. Take a breath in, hands to thighs, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Going through a few more standing poses here. And you're welcome at any point in time to take a sip of water or use the bathroom. So I'm going to take a quick sip of water, and so can you, if you need it. Then we'll move through our standing poses. So just remembering when we're picking something up off the floor to bend the knees. Yeah, bend the knees with the heart forward, flat back to grab whatever's on the floor. Okay. All right, standing at the front of the mat, blocks are on the highest height. Moving into our standing poses, feet or hips width distance, actually belly distance or wider. We'll inhale as the arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to your thighs, hands to blocks. Right foot stays forward, left foot steps back. From here, turn the sole of the left foot down so that it's parallel with the back edge of your mat. This time, just keep the front heel in line with the back heel. Yeah, that'll be a little more comfortable on the pelvis. When we rise up, we'll inhale, arms sweep up, arms to a T. Exhale, soften down the back. Breathe in, pressing through the feet. Breathe out. Arms are forward and back, gazes over the right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, here to stay. You're welcome to always walk the back foot in a little bit if you're feeling any pain. Otherwise, you can keep that distance that we had. On the next breath in, flip both palms, straighten through the front leg, lift up. Exhale, rebend the knee, swim down. Just two more. Inhaling, engaging your inner thighs, you rise. Exhale as you come down. Last one here, pressing through the outer edge of that back foot as you lift. Exhale as you come down. From here, flip the front palm, straighten through the front leg as you reverse your triangle up and back behind you. And exhale, soften through the shoulders. Really press into the outer edge of this back foot. Breathing in here. And breathing out light on the left fingertips. Inhale, arms come up to a T. And exhale, you can bring your hands to your hips and walk that back foot in 1 or 2 times here. Keeping the legs straight, we'll inhale, arms out to a T. Kick the left hip back as right fingertips move forward, forward, forward. And then catch the block on the outside of your right shin, or they can lightly be on the shin. Now you can bring the left hand to the left hip, press your hips forward, heart reaches back. Find your stability in your feet. Find the grounding in your feet. Really press into the outer edge of that back foot to lift you out of the belly. When you feel stable, opening through the left heart space, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Breathe and to lengthen from the left foot all the way to the crown of your head. Breathe out, soften through the right shoulder. Inhale, engage your inner thighs towards one another. Exhaling here. Breathing in, opening that left hip. Breathing out here to soften through the face. Just one more breath in triangle. And a breath out. Sweep the left arm up over your ear. And exhale, swim it down and back. So moving a little dynamically, breathing in as it flows up, breathing out as it comes down. Just 2 more inhales as it rises. Maybe the gaze follows. Exhale as it comes down. Last one, deep breath in, deep breath out. Swim it all the way back up. then submit down towards your block. Square your hips, come onto the ball of the back foot, and bend both knees as you step the left foot forward, and then step the right foot back, finding your stability here. Once again, any pelvis pain, then take a shorter stance here. Maybe walking the left foot over to the left a little more. From here, spin the right foot down so it's parallel at the back edge of the mat. Press into the outer edge of that back foot when you feel stable and ready. Inhale, arms sweep up, arms to a T. Heels are in line with one another. Bend the front knee so it's stacked over your front ankle. Take a breath in here, reach through the heart to the fingertips. Breath out, soften down the back. Yeah. Inhale to open through that left shoulder, so pull it back a little bit more. Exhale here. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Flip both palms as you inhale. Engage your back glute as you rise up. Palms touch. Exhale, rebend the front knee coming down. Breathing in, flipping palms, rise. Breathing out as you come all the way down. And just last one like this. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, rebend the knee slowly, coming back down to warrior two. From here, flip the front palm, lift it up and back, straightening through the front leg, coming through reverse triangle pose. Your gaze can just be to the right wall to your side, just to not crank the neck. Take a full breath in here, light on your right fingertips. Full breath out, soften that right shoulder. Inhale, reaching through your left fingertips. Exhale here, ground down through that back foot, especially the outer edge. As you press yourself up, inhale, arms to a T. Hands can come to your hips. You can begin to slowly walk the right foot in 1 or 2 times. Yeah, shortening your steps, your stance for triangle. From here, just notice if the right hip wants to turn in, and just allow it gently, coax it back to opening up. From here, reaching the left fingertips forward, 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 as the right hip reaches back. And then slowly catching the left block or your left shin in your fingertips. So block is on the outside of your left calf, left shin. Pressing the hips forward as the heart reaches back and opens up. Pressing once again into the outer edge of that back foot, lifting up off the belly so you're on your fingertips. When you feel stable, you can stay here, but if you feel stable, you can reach the right arm up towards the sky. Taking a breath in, reaching, lifting. Taking a breath out as you ground down through the feet. Inhale here. Gaze can be up towards the sky or down towards your foot. Exhale. One more breath in. And a breath out. Reaching the right arm up and over the ear. Inhale. And then exhale, swimming it down and back. Just allowing the joints here to move and open. Inhale. Exhale, swimming it forward and down. Last one here, taking a breath in. And a breath out for a full revolution as it rises up. Exhale, swim it down to the block. Square your hips, come onto the ball of the back foot. And simply step forward slowly. Bend through the knees, inhale, hands to the thighs, rise all the way up. And exhale here to stay. So bend through the knees here, grabbing your blocks and come all the way up. We're going to do some wall sits today. So you might need to move your blanket. My wall is right here, finding your wall. Hopefully it's close by. If not, you can set yourself up at the wall and just stay there for the rest of class. That's fine. So come to the wall and have your blocks ready. So you're welcome to place a block between the feet here. And we're going to begin to press the back up against the wall. Yeah. Begin to bend through the knees. You want the knees stacked over the ankle so that you can make a 90-degree angle. You might need to let that one block go for a moment. If you have someone near you, maybe they can help you with the other block. If not, you can slowly bend, grabbing the other block, and place it between the thighs. So we're really engaging the inner thighs towards one another, yeah, while we're doing this wall sit. So we're just going to press the back against the wall, coming into this 90-degree angle, taking a breath in, lengthening the sacrum down, take a breath out, relaxing, releasing the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, squeezing the blocks with between the thighs and the feet. Exhale here, pressing into the feet. Breathing in, breathing out. I'll be here for about 30 more seconds to complete 1 whole minute. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the blocks. Full breath in. Fullest breath out. About 10 more seconds. Inhale. Exhaling. Last full breath in. Full breath out. You can begin to remove that one block as you come to stand slowly, slowly. Bend the knees, put the block down. And then just turn. I'm going to show you on this wall, but you can do it on the same wall. Bring your hands to the wall, walk your feet out so they're underneath your hips, and just press your hands into the wall, coming into this kind of downward facing dog against the wall. So pressing the hands into the wall, not allowing the ribs to really jut out, kind of tucking the ribs in slightly here. Lengthening the back of the neck, breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale, press the wall away. Bend your knees, inhale, and exhale. Walking the feet forward. We'll go back to the wall, or you can just turn around to the wall that you were at. So we'll use the blocks again. So bend the knees, heart flat back, grabbing the blocks. Yeah, walking your feet forward. If you need a wider stance, if that feels better, then you don't have to use the block that's underneath between the feet. Otherwise, put it between the feet and begin to come down, knees over ankles. Squeeze the block between the thighs. All right, 1 minute. So we'll take a breath in, rubbing the thighs. Taking a breath out. Can you release any tension in the neck? Inhale here, press through both feet. Exhale, squeezing the blocks. Full breath in, opening the heart, pressing the back of the heart against the wall. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhaling, squeezing. Another breath in and breath out. Good, just a few more, maybe 10 more seconds. Full breath in, full breath out. Got this. Inhale, exhale, keeping the bend in the knees. Just 3 more breaths. Full breath in, full breath out. Where can you soften? Inhale, exhale. Last one, deep breath in, deep breath out. You got it. All right, slowly straighten through the legs, remove that block. If it feels good, you can bring your hands to your hips and bend into one knee and then the other. You did the second round of wall sits. Just turn around onto your wall. I'll show you from the side again, making time for this wall downward facing dog. Pressing the hands in, bending through the knees a lot to open the pelvic floor here. Have it release, let go any tension. Lengthen the back of the neck, tucking the chin in slightly. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in, soften the space between the eyebrows, and the breath out. Walking the feet towards the wall. Just turn around, last round of wall sits. So bend your knees, grabbing your blocks. Once again, you can bring the feet wider than belly if that feels better, or bring the block between the feet. Begin to bend the knees, stacking knees over ankles, bringing the block between your thighs. So you want to make space for your pubic bone and your knees, right? So it's in kind of that sweet spot. begin to sit low, 90-degree angle here for about a minute. From here, we'll inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, sweeping them down. Breathing in, breathing out, pressing the back against the wall. Inhale, exhale here, long spine. Full breath in, full breath out. Deep breath, deep release. Inhale, exhale, filling up, emptying out. Deep breath in, deepest breath out. Just about 10 more seconds. Inhale, exhale, breathing in, breathing out. Ground down through your feet. Last full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. You can straighten through the legs or move the block. Bend into one knee and then the other. And then last, downward facing dog against the wall. So walking your feet out so they're in line with the hips. Bend your knees here, opening up the pelvic floor. Pressing the hands into the wall, making sure that the wrists are in line with the shoulders, lengthening the back of your neck by tucking the chin in slightly. Ground down through the feet. Take a breath in, lengthen from sacrum to crown of head. Take a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Last full breath in. Fullest breath out. You can walk the feet towards the top of the mat. And we'll take a wide-legged forward fold. So come to the long side edge of your mat here. And just bend your knees, bringing the blocks right down in front of you. Yeah. Hands to the blocks and just bring the feet out wide, a little wider than belly. Yeah. And you can begin to walk the blocks forward. Once again, it's kind of like this downward facing dog. So you can't see my blocks, but I'm walking them forward to a spot that is comfortable for me. So find that spot for you. Bend through your knees slightly, allowing the sitting bones to reach away from one another. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine. Breath out as you press back through the heels, bend the knees. Inhale here, lengthen the sides of the neck. Exhale here, ground down through all parts of your feet. Good, one more breath in like this. Breath out, let it go. Bending through the right knee. Yeah, so toes are going in the same direction as your right knee. Walk the blocks over towards the left. So I'm walking my blocks over towards the left, and my right knee is bent, toes and knee are in the same direction. You can look down towards the ground as you lengthen through the neck. Inhale. Exhale, sitting back through that right sitting bone and right hip. Feeling a stretch in the right side body. Inhale, ground down through both feet. Exhale here. Just one more breath in. And a breath out, let it go. Straighten through the right leg, walk those blocks back through center. We'll walk them over towards the right. Bend through the left knee, toes point in the same direction as your knee. Yeah, so look and check to keep the integrity of your leg. Really reach through the left arm. Taking a breath in, lengthen. The breath out, sit back through the sacrum and the heels. Inhale here. Exhale, soften through the face. One more full breath in. Sigh it out the mouth, letting it go. Walking the blocks back through center, straighten through both legs. Toes are parallel with the back and front edge of your mat. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, yeah. Press the left hand into the left block. As you inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky, open twist. Exhale, swim it down towards the right block. Press through the right block. Inhale, left arm rises high. Exhale, swimming it down. Full breath in, rise. Full breath out, sweeping it down. 2 more on both sides. Inhale, open. Exhaling, coming down. Filling up with air as you rise up. Exhale, empty it out as you come down. Last one here, full breath in. Full breath out, sweeping it down. So nice. And of course, you can walk the heels and the toes in towards one another, coming about belly width distance or a little bit wider if that feels good. Bending through your knees, you can grab the blocks, stand all the way up. So nice. And we'll come to the front of our mat once again. Bend through the knees, lowering the blocks down, lowering one knee, and then the other. So for our next pose, before we start winding down, we're going to do some ab work, some belly pulls. So taking your 2 blocks, bring one block on the lowest height, and then the other block is going to go between our legs, just like before. So come up onto your knees and put the block on the thinnest height, or the thinnest setting, between the legs. Yeah, so leaving space for pubic bone, leaving space for knees. Okay, bring your hands down to the mat, stacking knees underneath your hips, and then bring the forearms to the block. So I'm going to make sure I'm in view here. Start with a flat back. So I'll show you first, and then I'll cue you to engage with me, okay? So from here, we're going to inhale as my belly expands, relaxes down towards the ground. Then exhale, tone, 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 lift, lift, lift. So watch a few more times because I'm going to try not to move my back. So we inhale, relax the belly down, allow it to go down, down, down. And exhale, tone, 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 lift, 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 just the belly. Inhale, relax, relax, relax. Exhale, tone, 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 lift, lift, lift. So let's do it all together. Take a breath in and a breath out. Okay. We'll inhale to relax, relax, relax the belly. Exhale, tone, 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 lift, lift, lift. Inhale, expand, expand, expand. Exhale, tone, 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 lift, lift, lift. Let's just do 2 more. Inhale, relaxing the belly down, down, down. Exhale, tone, 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 lift, lift, lift. Breathing in as you relax, relax, relax down through the belly. And breathing out as you tone, 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 lift, lift, lift. So nice. From here, you can bring the hands, one hand and then the other, down to the mat. Remove the blocks. You can just place them here at the top of the mat. And we'll go ahead and set up for some hip poses. So let's bring our bolster or our pillow right towards, kind of towards the middle or a little further towards the top of your mat. Yeah. Let's bring our knees onto the bolster. Hands will be to the blocks. So we're coming into full pigeon. Now, if you're having any pubic bone or pelvic pain, I'm just going to come up for a moment, then I would skip this pose and I'll cue you to just come down into a child's pose. So if you're feeling any of this pelvic pain here, whether it's pubic symphysis or hip pain in one hip, then come down to a child's pose. Yeah, so you might want to have a little bit wide legs. Then you can use your bolster between the legs if that feels better to come all the way down. And this might feel a little less painful on the pubic bone. Okay, so we definitely don't want any pain. Bringing the knees onto the bolster, coming forward for pigeon pose. We'll bring our hands to the blocks. Or I'll move back a little bit so you can see me better. Just want to make sure that you can see me. Knees to the bolster. Bringing the right knee and calf forward of the bolster, hugging the bolster with that calf and that shin. We're going to tuck the left toes under as we walk them back, walking the left leg back, looking over the right shoulder, Noticing our joints stacked in one line. So that's the hip, knee, ankle of the left leg. Softening the toes down to the mat. Flex your right toes. You can't see mine, but flex your right toes back towards your knees. You're welcome to stay here on your fingertips as we take an inhale and exhale. Or you can come all the way down or to your capacity. So whatever that looks like, maybe coming down onto a lower height with the blocks. Yeah, coming onto forearms, making space for belly. Or if you'd like, you can come down with the forehead to the block. And let's breathe in here, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, soften your shoulders, release the sides of the neck. Inhale here. Exhaling as the hips get heavy. Breathing in. Breathing out, ground down into the top of that left foot. Good. Last full breath in that I'll guide you through. And full breath out. Take about 5 more breaths on your own if you feel comfortable here. And of course, whenever you're ready, you can press through your hands to come up if you need to. Maybe rocking the forehead from side to side, releasing the sinuses. Once you've completed your 5 breaths, or if you feel complete, begin to press into the palms of the hands. You can even bring the blocks back underneath your hands. And just shift the weight into the right side hip. Swing the left leg forward, right foot forward, right foot and leg forward. And you can just flop open and shut here, allowing that right hip to come back to neutral perhaps. And then we'll prepare for the left side. So you can walk the blocks back, come onto your knees. Yeah. Maybe walking the knees back if you need to, behind the bolster to start. Setting up your blocks, setting up your bolster. Knees to bolster here, hands to the blocks. Taking a breath in, lengthen, and breath out. Bringing the left knee, left shin forward of the block. Tuck the back toes under. Just begin to walk the right leg back behind you. Soften the top of your foot. Inhale onto fingertips. As you lengthen, you're welcome to stay here. Or exhale, pulling forward with the heart, folding to your capacity. So maybe that's bringing forearms to blocks, making space for belly, and bringing forehead to a block, finding the height that works for you. Yeah. Once you're there, just breathing in, lengthening the spine. Breathing out, softening the shoulders, softening the neck. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, grounding down into the mat with the back foot. Add another full breath in. Fullest breath out. And taking about 5 more breaths here on your own. And if you're in child's pose and you'd like to come out, of course you can press through the hands, pressing the heart space up. And just walk the hands all the way back towards the knees. And come into a comfortable seated position, perhaps closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze. When you're done with your 5 breaths in Pigeon Pose, press through the hands. Inhale, lift through the heart. And then shift the weight into the left hip as you bring the right leg forward. Left leg forward. Once again, opening and shutting the legs here. So nice. And then we'll begin to set up for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So perhaps you'd like to set up in the same way that we started our class, in that restorative ramp pose. Or perhaps you'd like to sideline pose, especially maybe if it's feeling a little harder to breathe, then I would suggest the sideline pose, but always follow what feels best in your body. You know your body better than anyone else. So I'll go ahead and show you again this restorative resting pose, this restorative Supta Baddha Konasana. So you can bring the L shape of your blocks together, and then bring the bolster on top here, just like this. Yeah. If you're not feeling pain in the hips, then you can lengthen out your blanket like this and make a little tube, like an inner tube or a snake. So I'll show you what we'll do with this in a moment. First, let's bring our back to the little edge here of the bolster, bend through the knees, hands onto the ground as you walk the back down to the bolster. If you have pubic symphysis pain or any type of pain in the hips, just allow the legs to be out long. You can put your little tube, your rolled up blanket underneath the knees, yeah, like so. If you don't have any pain in the hips and you'd like a little more of a hip opener, just begin to bring this tube around the ankles and then pull the little edges here of the blanket up and through underneath the calves, yeah. So over the ankles and through the legs. And then from here, slowly supporting yourself as you come all the way down for your final resting pose. Palms can be face up or down onto the ground, whichever is calling to you in this moment. And we'll take a deep breath in, fill the belly as it expands up and out. Sighing it out the mouth, letting it go. Beginning to soften the crown of the head, releasing the space between the eyebrows, releasing the cheek muscles away from the bones, all the way down to the jaw, allowing the tongue to get heavy in the mouth, softening the sides of the neck. Release the shoulders down the back a bit more. Radiate open through the heart. Release the muscles in the biceps all the way down through your fingertips. Let them soften. Hips get heavy here. Thighs are soft. Let go of any tension in the calves. And let go of anything you're holding on to from the heels all the way to the toes. And just stay here for a few moments. You're welcome to take as long as you need in this final resting pose. When you've already invite a deeper current of breath into the body. And wiggle the fingers, Perhaps wiggling the toes, inviting small movements. If the legs are out long, you can bend through one knee and then the other. If they're open in Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the hands on the backs of the thighs, the outsides of the thighs, closing the legs like a book, turning to your left side, using the hands, the forearms to guide yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe sitting with crossed legs, perhaps coming onto the bolster once again for Virasana. Hands can be at heart center in a prayer pose. One hand can be on the heart, the other on the belly. We'll take another full breath in. Sighing it out, let it go. Let's take two more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Filling up last time. Empty it out. You can keep your hands where they are, bring them to prayer. Namaste. Thank you so much for letting me serve you on this journey. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My door is always open. Please drink lots of water as needed. Namaste.